Hey everyone, Brian and Jeff here with Workshop Addict, and today we're going to look at the NOCO Genius Boost. We have two models here, and these models are basically made for jump starting a car. If your battery is dead, doesn't have enough power to actually turn over the motor and have it start, you can use one of these to actually start the car, truck, tractor, whatever it may be, and get you going. Now we'll start with the GB40. This is a nice small unit that is 1,000 amps, and it's meant for a 6-liter gas engine or 3-liter diesel engine. So anything below those specs it will get. What's it come with?
Comes with a plug-in for a cigarette lighter, charging cables, which once your vehicle's running again, you can recharge through the car.
Yep.
Your cable adapters, which, what is that, IP65
The whole
rated?
the whole unit is IP65 rated, so you can get it dusty, it can get water in it, you can use it in the rain, it can have water run on top of it, but basically
Not
pretty
submersible.
good unit. It's not submersible. I wouldn't put it underwater. It does also have a light on the unit, so you have a couple different modes of the light. You can turn it on. I think there's 3 modes for actual light usage, and then there's a strobe, and then there's a right and left strobe on it. So if you had an emergency situation and you wanted to kind of put it out in the middle of the road, you could do that to alert vehicles. Now next, it also has a way that you can use it as a charger for anything that you would run a USB off of. So if you had a use for charging something, although I think that's a little big to carry around to charge a phone or anything on.
But if you're on a weekend camping trip or something,
yeah, if you're in a deserted island,
you can plug that in there. Yeah, like that would happen. Plug your phone in, you've got backup power for your phone.
Really nice. So what we did, you know, in the back here, I have a 2006 Jeep sitting there, sits a lot, and the battery was dead. We hooked it up, and we were able to actually start the Jeep with this unit. We wanted to take it a step further, and we unhooked the battery, hooked that up alone, no other battery. And in that case, since these things are very smart, they know that, hey, this isn't hooked up to a battery because it doesn't recognize that there's at least 2 volts there. Anything under 2 volts, it will not recognize that it's immediately hooked up. So it's going to say, hey, I don't recognize a battery. I don't know if I have the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. And you have to override it. So you override it by pushing the red button and holding. Then we were able to actually try to start the Jeep. On this model with the GB40 with the 4-liter engine, it did not start. The starter clicked.
Yeah, it attempted to roll it, but it would not start.
So we thought we'll take it a step further. We also have the NOCO Genius Boost. This is the 70, the GB70. This is an HD model meant for 8-liter gas engines or 6-liter diesel engines and below. This is a 2,000 amp unit. We hooked this up to the Jeep.
Started no problem.
Not an issue. So we thought we would take it
without the battery hooked up.
Without the battery hooked up, correct. So we thought we'd take it a step further. We went over, we have a 4.5 liter diesel tractor. We unhooked the battery, hooked this guy up, and it was able to start the tractor without a battery.
And the tractor had not been run in over a week, so it was not warm.
No,
nothing.
not at all. No, just immediately. So in the battery in that thing, I mean, you look at the size of the GB70 and compared to the battery in there. Now we turned both vehicles off immediately because we don't want the alternator pushing current into this lithium ion pack. Obviously lithium ions charge a little bit differently than the lead acid batteries. So we started them up, turned them right back off. We proved our point that it has the power to do it. We also went over and used the GB40 on an ATV that we had sitting. The battery has been dead in that for 3 years. Yeah, I just kick-started. So we were able to easily turn that over with the GB40. We should, but we just wanted to prove a point. It'll work for multiple things. If I were purchasing these, I always go with go big or go home.
Right.
So I would get the biggest one I can. When you're looking at the GB70, this one does not have removable battery leads. It's all put together in one and stores in one. I like that. The downside, as Jeff pointed out,
the light is at the opposite end of where the cables come out. So if you're trying to hook it up to the battery, your cables come out one way and the light is at the other end.
Which isn't the case with the GB40.
Exactly. The
So-
light's on that end.
There is a lot more power here. It is a nice little case. It is kept together a little bit, still IP65 rated. This one's a little different. It comes with obviously your battery pack, a case, and then you got a bunch of these wires. But you can still charge it if you have a phone adapter. So you have a USB adapter, but also charging it would be, what do we got here?
You could charge, once you have your vehicle running, you could recharge through your cigarette lighter to recharge your battery,
Right.
your pack.
Yeah. Then on the other side, output-wise, you could turn this around, because here's your cigarette lighter. This would be, you could make a cigarette lighter out of this pack.
Exactly. If you want to run any
Spotlight
aftermarket
or-
accessory, spotlight, whatever,
Whatever you want to
could
run
plug
with it.
this into it and use your cigarette lighter adapter.
These are small, easy to carry around. I like the idea. I'm sure there's somebody out there who's going to tell me, hey, I would use this to power up something.
Everybody needs one nowadays, just with...
Like my truck, I think I have like 5, 6 USB outputs. So if I put this in the truck, I could plug it in and be charging this in the back. I think I even have a USB output in the center console. So I could be constantly charging this as I'm driving or keeping it charged while you're driving, which would be interesting. But I don't see the portability. I guess if you're camping, you're hunting, you wanted a long-term battery pack and you had this, you could easily take it up in your blind. But other than that, I mean, it's more options to use it. And I think this is a very cool kit that I'm thrilled to have because of the protection. I can give this and set this in the back seat of my wife's car and say, here's how you plug it in, turn it on, and I can walk you through it if I need to on the phone, and I don't have to worry that if she hooks it up incorrectly, something's going to break or burn up. If she accidentally touches the positive lead or the negative lead to metal, I'm not going to get a spark.
Nothing's activated until you actually start, and if it doesn't read the polarity, it does not start.
Unless she overrides it and touches something, which we wouldn't do. She's just not going to.
It's
foolproof.
foolproof.
It is foolproof, and it's perfect for people to put in a car and drive around with. Now they also are coming out with a larger version. I believe it's the GB150, and we'll try to come back on that. That is going to be being made for larger semis and other people to use that have heavy-duty equipment. I think these things are really cool. Check them out online. Stop by WorkshopAddict.com. We'll have a blog about this. We've already wrote about the GB40. And take a look at them. Great gift idea. Great thing to have around in your truck. Thank you for your time today. Have a good one.